Hi everyone, John back again for some classical blitz playing classical music shenanigans on a Sunday. Today we have some classical Schubert selections for your enjoyment, and hopefully, Schubert's inspiring brand of artistry that he brings will encourage me to bring my own inspiring brand of artistry over the chessboard. Speaking about branding, I have a new Facebook page for everyone to check out. Just go to Facebook and type Plant Chess Coaching. It'll be updated. Oh, it's been updated almost every day. So, yeah, I guess you could say that is daily. But let's jump straight into some games, shall we? Without further ado, and I did promise myself I am going to play different openings. So, just proving that there are more than a couple of strings to the JSP bow. These are openings that I very rarely play, or I haven't played in a long time, but who knows what might happen. Let's get straight into it. We are playing a mock 77 2297 from Germany. So here I am going to go d5. I'm going to play classical d4, d5. Here knight f3, knight f6. Why not? Now we're going to go the Slav, but I'm going to go the Slav accepted. Here, when in doubt, just accept, right? Here, bishop to f5 could be an idea, followed by c5. We do have to get our bishop out, just prevent him from clamping down with e4. Let's go e6 here, or c5. I feel like c5 is pretty cool, but let's go e6. E6, and then when he takes, go c5. Now we're definitely going to go c5. So let's see what he does. e4, I'm tempted to just take pawn takes d4. Pawn takes d4, pawn takes bishop, pawn takes knight. Pawn takes d4, knight there. Here it is pretty interesting, right? Pawn takes d4, knight there. This position. I wonder if I could just do that anyway. Probably I have to run. Let's run. Let's just keep it simple. When in doubt, keep it simple. And now we're going to trade off queens. Here and play bishop takes pawn. We should be a-okay. Castling. First get rid of this knight, I reckon. We must boot out the knight. Yeah, so knights do have too much horsepower. Especially that knight. So, knight d4. Knight to d4. Yes. So, now what do we do? Here, e5, perhaps. Let's strengthen our own knight in the center. If he ever moves his knight away, I'm just taking. Here, I feel like I have to take that bishop. Yeah, and now I'm just... I might be losing a pawn, right? So that could be frustrating. This is the price you pay when playing different openings, of course. Nah, not really. Yeah, that's alright. We do have some tricks. This rook could get stuck. Knight f5. But now he's kind of leaving himself a little bit vulnerable. And so am I to that, maybe. So I have to take this way. And now we are just going a6. Followed by king e6. And yes. Right here. Right here. Let's just dance our knight up the board. So he wants to go there. Alright, let's trade rooks. I'm a pawn down, but my king is active, buddy. I have double pawn, but my king is active, buddy. So I wonder if that will help me. Probably not in the context of the game, but we shall see. G5 next. G5. Here, I'm going right here. Excuse me. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just doing that. Now it's an interesting knight and pawn endgame. Super interesting, actually. Here. Check. Often it pays to be annoying in these sorts of endgames. I wonder how annoying I can be. I don't know. So if he goes check, I'm gonna go king there. So he didn't. This position, go here. Where'd he go? Ah, yeah. It's whoever blinks first, basically. I am a pawn down. So more than likely I will probably blink, or maybe he will blink. I'm not sure. Of course, I'm still in the call. Go here. Go here. Take here. Get some counterplay going. Go here. Go here. Run with the king, of course. Go here. Run with the king, of course. Go here. Run with the pawns, of course. Here. Go here. Take here. Run, of course. Draw. Interesting draw to start off with. I did have some tricks. Here, but probably all he just needs to do is go king there. It was interesting. A Slav I accepted. Something I never do. I ended up losing a pawn. But I managed to swindle him in the endgame. So I'll definitely take it. Let's go to the game review. And I swindled him massively on time as well. So yeah, I will definitely take it. Where is the game review? Looks like there is no game review. Oh, game review. It's right in front of my face. Chess blindness. But yeah. If you want to play well, it's important to concentrate on the Dow. That is true.
You landed some tactical blows for a draw? Not bad at all.
Yeah, so 24-50, 25-50. 85.1% accuracy. Let's start a new game, and let's see this time what opening we're going to play. Martin Ayala, 23-25 from Spain. I am going to go the grub attack. Let's go all in, grub attack. This is something I used to play when I was in high school. The idea is, of course, you give up the G-pawn, and you put pressure on this diagonal. If the pawn takes pawn, here, queen b3 is the next move usually. Here, I am going to go queen b3 right now, actually. And let's see what he does. I'm going to go pawn takes pawn. Yeah, so I'm going to go here. And I feel happy with this position. I'm not losing, right? This position. Here, I'm going to go knight here. I'm not scared if he goes knight there or knight there. I could be a little bit scared, maybe. But generally, I'm not too worried about it. I knew he was going to do that. So, king d1. King d1. I am setting up in front of my wall of fortress fortified pawns. Threatening bishop takes b7 for one. Here, let's kick this guy away. He doesn't want to go away. Ah, okay, he wants to go after this guy. And that is really clever. So, but I'm going to go knight here, right? and with check. I'm getting that with check, and I am taking your knight now. So the grub attack is actually not something I would ideally recommend for people to play all the time, but it is super tricky. Sure, my opponent didn't play it that optimally, but you make your own luck in chess, right? And Schubert is certainly reaffirming that today. Yeah, this guy's pretty highly rated. So yeah, we are just a clear piece up. I played in the grub. This position, d4, no. You have to play a little bit slowly. D3, and just develop. Just be super patient. Here, bishop c5. No, he didn't. So we're gonna go h3. Go bye bye horsey. We're gonna go f4. Go bye bye horsey. Yeah, that should be fine. And now we can't really go bye bye horsey anymore. So we're gonna go rook f1, defend the pawn. He goes knight h4, which he did. Bishop h1, and just play in the comfort that we are a piece up. Knight g3 is definitely one idea, which is a bit sneaky and tricky, but I'm going to go knight e4. That's the move that I was looking for. If I can play a move like that to counter his knight g3 ideas, he is Gonski. Positional chess, saving the tactic. Now, we just have to get rid of this knight. So how are we going to do that? Bishop f3, no, it feels too artificial. Bishop e3. Bishop e3. Not sure how that gets rid of his knight, but at least his knight can't go anywhere. So I'm happy about that. Now we're just going to double skis, right? Here, I can't go there because the skewer. Knight c5 could have been a really interesting idea, actually, but the fork. So we have to be careful of these tricky tactics. Knights do have horsepower. We are winning, but we don't want to land in knights have horsepower stew, right? So here, this position I'm just doubling. I don't care about that pawn. I'm going to take your bishop. Where's your bishop going, buddy? He wants to take me that way. Fine. Here, because I took with check, but now he wants to go knight there. The knights have horsepower trick. But rooks also have rook power. That's what my students tell me. Yeah, and I agree. In this case, getting my rook to the 7th rank is very strong. Now we can just go rook takes. Now, actually, I'm going to go knight here. That seems even stronger. Because I'm opening up rook takes b7. Rook takes b7. And it's going to be happy days for us when we figure out where the checkmate is. Here. Rook takes here. And now we're just going to go rook here. Rook here. Take here. And go check this way? No, check this way. When in doubt, just keep it simple. Check this way. And checkmate this way. Nice game. Successful grub. Whenever you play the grub and it's successful, it's a great game, right? I shouldn't say that. I did have lots of success with the grub in high school, just because it's so different. But when you play somebody 2300 plus on chess.com and you have success with the grub, that is really cool. Let's check the game review. I'm sure the game review won't like my grub opening. But let's see. It was a nice tactic to win that piece.
That middle game tactic was a game changer. What a comeback.
87.4. 2550 performance rating with the grub. That is really cool.